Chatham House Rule says, I cannot tell you who said what. But I think you'll find the questions are pretty interesting. What is on your plate in the next couple of months that's got you not necessarily worried or concerned, or maybe just excited, like, this is a thing I really want to dive into? What is facing you? What's coming up that's got you worried or on your mind? We haven't seen you for a while, so bring us up to speed. What are you up to? What are you doing? What are you working on? How do you handle when other people's opinions change your direction or cloud your thinking? Does this senior person, Mr. Teflon, does he play the blame game, or is just nothing his fault? Did he seem to recognize that a poor decision had been made? Did he understand that the results were because of moving the money into the poorly performing area? How interested is the CEO in the data? Is there a methodology for when a client says we need to do this thing? How do you go about scoping it so you know how many people or how long it'll take, or how to put together a quote? When you're scoping out a project, do you put in a certain percentage of, we know there's going to be questions coming in that we just have to have some extra time for, or does that become an additional change order to the statement of work? How do you handle ad hoc requests? You've got people that you're giving work to. How do you know when they have too much work on their shoulders? When you have a new person on the team, how do you go about determining their capacity? How do you say no when somebody says, we want you to do the impossible? Are there any guidelines? If I am suddenly in charge of a department that I've never seen before, and I want to find the formal definition for a data dictionary, is there a place I can go where it's described? Do you have a clear picture of what you want your career path to be? So what would that look like at your current company? How would you get there from here? Have you thought about joining an agency? Are you looking at changing how you're working? What does your future, what does a positive future look like for you? What would you have recommended to your former self? What did your parents want you to be when you grew up? What incredibly stupid thing are you doing every day that's screwing up your life? Well, it sounds like progress. What was the most exciting thing or biggest step forward that came out of that meeting? And what's the weak link in that process? Is there a strategy for that? Is there a guidebook for that? What are you looking forward to the most? You're showing the fact that you have grown a practice inside the company. How do you communicate that out to everybody? We know you have a gazillion transactions, so quantity is not a problem. But how many attributes do you have about each product, and how many attributes do you have about each shopper? That's not rhetorical. I'm wondering if you know. 4 people who could listen to your situation and provide input and advice, and they happen to be right in front of you on Zoom right now, how might they be able to help you?